From the Bob Mills Weather Center, meteorologist Sawyer Wells.
Again, with all the heat that we have really today and over the next at least week is what it looks like right now, you need to know the signs between heat stress and heat stroke. Heat stroke is the worst of the two, and so the main differences between these two, if you are still sweating, that is more sign of a heat stress. Same thing in terms of a clammy or cool skin and a weak rapid pulse. Again, to kind of help out with that, cool off inside in AC, drink some water, don't chug it, and maybe a cold shower. Heat stroke, and you're not sweating, and you have your skin is red, hot, and dry, and your pulse is strong and rapid. Again, those differences do matter. And here's just a couple of tips for some heat safety. Again, drink water every 15 minutes. Even if you're not thirsty, just take a sip. Wear a hat, some light colored clothing, take some frequent breaks in the shade or inside some air-conditioned areas. Do not leave children or pets in vehicles. And of course, check in on your elderly friends or family. Again, we are not your guardians or your parents. A lot of people think we're trying to tell you what to do. No, we're just trying to give you some tips because we've already had a lot of heat calls today. That's why there's a medical heat alert in effect. We're probably going to have more of those going forward, so we're trying to limit that. We never like to report on anything like that. All right, back to the weather. Water vapor imagery right now. A little bit of a ridge going over, but we still have that one cell that we're watching out for that's kind of in central Kansas right now. It's just been moseying on in. Started in southeastern Nebraska, had a confirmed tornado on it for a while, and then it's just continued basically due south on its trajectory. And so we're going to be watching out for that. Right now, there's no tornado warning with it, but it is still severe, and it's going to try and make a run towards northeastern Oklahoma. Would most likely be in the area of Cade and Noble counties, as well as Osage counties here over the next 1 to 2 hours. Temperatures in the 80s still, 90s in El Paso. Still at that century mark right now. It's just hot and muggy outside. That's all there really is to it. These forecasts generally aren't too difficult compared to spring when we're talking about severe weather. Temperatures in the 80s across the entire state of Oklahoma right now, with the exception of some of our eastern counties. And the heat indices still well up into the 90s, except Stillwater feels like 106 right now. And just no great way to put it. Again, dangerous heat all across the state of Oklahoma. That last county we were talking about has now been added to the heat advisory for tomorrow. These are still in effect right now. These excessive heat watches, though, technically don't go into effect until tomorrow at 1 p.m. Before then, though, they're most likely going to change over to excessive heat warnings, or hopefully we'll get a couple of these counties and put them back down to that heat advisory criteria. No matter where you're at, it's going to be hot tomorrow, as heat indices are going to be up between 100 to 110 degrees in those heat advisories, and then in the excessive heat warnings, that's 110 or above. Tomorrow morning, very mild, temperatures mid-70s. By tomorrow afternoon, we're in the mid to upper 90s with well over the triple-digit mark out in western Oklahoma. And then going into your Monday morning, maybe a few scattered showers up to our northwest, still very muggy. Upper 70s to start off your work week. And then by Monday afternoon, we're in the mid-upper 90s yet again, triple digits, again on out to the west. So your forecast, kind of monotonous, very consistent. That's some good news for you, but the unfortunate part is we're consistently hot. Temperatures mid to upper 90s for tomorrow, on into next weekend, maybe even to the following week, with very little chances for rain. There's your 9-day planner. Time for sports.